cheaper to watch it. Which, of course, I am streaming at the moment, so you are.
Oh, I don't care. I stream too, bro. It's all good.
These style of cars on this track, it doesn't really match. I mean, these are more like GT4 cars. Re-racing on these. They're like super high-end speed, so the person's just trying to be a dick. Best lap's 343. What? That seems incredible. Oh, now it's daytime. Yay! So we wait for the rain and all the darkness till later. Session duration 3 laps. Well, it's because each lap's like forever.
Yeah, you gotta keep in mind that in Le Mans style racing, all classes of vehicle are on the track at the same time. So the GT and the GTS cars are out there running simultaneously.
Oh, we got... actually I can't check. I wish I could. I think it's just GT3 cars, that's it. Meanwhile, I have
That's interesting.
I have a whole lobby of chirping chirpers.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, I mean, I can hear them. For the past, and I didn't even see him in there. And, oops. That's good news. This looks like the old down. I can't see it. Mark Road chair.
damaged the suspension. If you can drive with it, might be worth staying out there, but otherwise come in.
It's alright. Keep our failures. Reminds us of how sucky we were. I would, however, like to try something different. Bathurst. Boy. Don't even get me started on that track. You ever raced Bathurst?
Oh, yeah.
I hate that fucking track. Too fucking narrow.
It's like Nürburgring.
No, yeah. I mean, there's areas where you can get away with it because you have breakaway speed, and other times you're just kind of like, whoa. Sure, called World Truck. Why not? Oh, they're racing already? That's good. I only got 2 laps. That's not good.
About 30 seconds till we go. Let's go. Let's go. Get ready. First gear. Pit button off. Should be getting close. Get her cranked up. Pit close. Driver left. Just keep an eye out.
Sure. Guess I'm going RDJ, which is one whole car. Gee, mother.
Go, go, go. Steady on the outlap, tire temps are still low.
Wait, fucking course. One way all you want. Corner was pretty.
If we can get a good result here in Corley, it'll set us up nicely for the race.
That's pretty fucking shitty. Hit the sand pit. Your current and next times will be invalidated. Go fuck yourself. Then they're fucking NASCAR junkies. Kinda like me.
NASCAR drivers.
Absolutely. Honestly though, Watkins Glen in this game handles freaking magnificently. Even in the stock car that they have in this game. I mean, honestly, it's kind of like the real thing. It's just like, whoa.
The fear of losing is far greater than the fear of being hurt, and that means that you've very much got to weigh up your opponents to see where they are, and you're wheel to wheel with these guys. If they're in a strong situation, their car is very well.
That's funny, because Watkins Glen
it's like playing high-speed poker.
Used to be like the great equalizer of NASCAR drivers.
Try and gauge the profile of your opponent right, and hope that you've hope you come out in front of him.
You don't remember Lakeside?
Well, I remember Lakeside. Now, back in the day, they used to run fucking Sears Point. You want to talk about a real fucking street race?
You mean what they called back then Sears Point, but at the moment Sonoma? I mean, it's still the same deal.
No, the track has changed. Turns 2 and 7 have been modified since the way they used to run it.
I'm guessing something a little bit more easier.
Safer would be the correct word.
Okay, fair.
But yeah, it's I mean, and I don't know, those evolutions always happen in racing. Tracks are always getting just slightly modified because of usually safety concerns.
Well, let's put it this way, tracks can't really evolve, cars always evolving.
Yep. Well, case in point, look at Imola.
There you go. I mean...
You want to talk about a track that's a hollowed shell of its former self, that's the track. Decided to change it, but... Actually, I think the answer was as many as they needed to until Ayrton Senna was one of them.
Yeah, well... What?
Yeah. Go look into the story on what actually killed Ayrton Senna.
Actually,
Like
I've seen the crash, man. I mean, it's kind of vicious. It's basically head-on right into a fucking barrier. I mean, I want to say it was obviously something mechanical. I haven't really looked into it. I've just seen videos.
Okay.
But it looks like something on his right wheel as he's trying to take a left. It wouldn't make him take left. and it made him go right, unfortunately.
Okay, so Imola, 1994, which was the year all this shit happened. What if I told you that 2 days prior to Ayrton Senna's death, that Roland Ratzenberger was killed on the same track, one corner before Ayrton Senna?
That would be news to me.
Hmm? Yeah. Formula One didn't just lose Ayrton Senna that weekend, they lost 2 drivers that weekend. True story. So, what happened on Ayrton Senna's car was they used to chop the steering shaft and put a knuckle on it, and each driver had a different length shaft, but they only, in regulation, they all had to be the same length. So they had this like knuckle adapter they used to put on it. Well, his broke, and when it broke, he lost the steering on the car. And the steering shaft actually broke completely loose when he hit the wall. The steering shaft came back and hit him in the helmet.
Oh, so don't tell me that was actually what it was.
Literally impaled. He was literally impaled through the forehead. If you watch the full scene, when the helicopter that's doing the aerial footage is flying overhead, they've got him out of the car and they've got like a white tarp laid down and they've got him on it while they're all working on him. You can see the blood running away from his head. They knew he was dead the moment they got to the car. The helmet that he was wearing has never actually been seen or photographed. The helmet he was buried with was one of his other helmets. FIA has that helmet. They've never released a photo of it. But the ventilated helmets that came along in '97 was directly in response to that accident. The wind visors, the wind screens are directly in response to that accident. The outlawing of the steering shaft knuckle was a part of that accident. And now the halo that F1 runs, or the windscreen that IRL runs, is that. And then there was one a couple years ago where a piece of debris came off the track. It was actually a piece of somebody's steering, or a suspension piece came up and hit a guy in the fucking helmet. So now they're, you know, but the track was a big part of it because the way the track was set up, the corner that he wrecked in, you've seen the wreck, so.
Obliteration, to say the least.
Well, I mean, it was 160 miles an hour head on. The tire barrier, I mean,
It was basically, you take your impact and then the momentum thereafter, once it's transferred, carries you the other way, and meanwhile the particles of everything else, which is really unfortunate.
well, the thing is that all the things that change in motorsport and in racing, the one thing that doesn't change is physics. No matter how much you fucking want it to.
No, that's one thing that definitely stays the fucking same.
Say, there's your constant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody hates NASCAR. I'm not surprised.
Well,
to be honest.
there's some truth to that. Hmm?
Wait, what? Huh? Hold on. What'd you say?
All the shit that gets fixed in motorsport is because somebody died. And there's a lot of truth to that.
You know, I would really like to swing my fisticuffs at that, but at the same time, I know it's true. I just wish it wasn't. Whoa. You're pinching a nerve here now.
Well, look. Dale Earnhardt Jr., which is probably the most notable, he made a conscious decision to wear the half helmet and to not use a head and neck restraint. That was his choice. Both of those, the full helmet and the Hans device, both existed when he died. The combination of the two might have saved him. I mean, and let's be real honest here, his fucking son wore it from the day he got in the fucking car.
You know, I don't know if it's ever been explained, but there was an incident that occurred with seatbelts. Which they kind of didn't hold up and they basically let go. Now, that's not to say that it could be an exact cause. But with the combination of all the things, it definitely could be. However, as far as I know, there's never. I mean,
I take this back, Gary. There is a picture of the helmet. And I just sent it to...
Well, there's scuff marks on the top of it, aren't there?
Look at the what I just sent to the group.
Because, this, I mean, the whole seatbelt thing, where it basically, Simpson seatbelts failed. At least that's what they were saying.
Well, what I just sent you in ass whoopers is Ayrton Senna's helmet. So you see where the red arrows are, pointing to the hole in the visor?
Oh, that would be very, forehead oriented.
Okay, and do you see the giant gash up in the Renault logo on the right side?
Yeah, I see the blood.
That's not blood, that's just a gash.
Well, it's red, so... I mean, I guess it could have been, like, spilled blood, like, randomly, I don't know. Anyways, it looks like that, but sure. And I was... I'd like to know.
Dude, there's a whole... So, okay. 1994 San Marino Grand Prix. Practice session 1. Rubens Barrichello, that's a name you should recognize, crashed on the chicane at 140 miles an hour. Saturday in practice session 2, Roland Ratzenberger was killed in Villeneuve Corner, which is actually still there, but it's not as sharp now. And he crashed, no, they didn't do the translation, 314 kilometers an hour. That's what, 180, 190, 200?
What though?
314? Yeah. There you go. Ratzenberger hit a concrete wall on the outside of the corner from a suspected wing failure. So, yeah, Senna went to the medical center where he found out from the neurosurgeon that he died. When he left the center, the neurosurgeon told him he should never race ever again, withdraw from this race and go fishing with him tomorrow. Of course, Senna didn't take him up on that offer, got in his car the next day and got killed in Tamburello.
Honestly, can't be mad. Racer's dream.
Especially in, I mean, you know, you're talking about Formula One. You're talking about the best of the best of the best. Formula One is not for pussies.
No, man. You gotta have lightning fast reflexes. Dude, if you're off, you're off. You gotta be on point.
So that same surgeon who was the head of the medical team was actually on the track when it happened. He got to the crash and performed a tracheotomy on him, like trackside. So he trached him on the side of the fucking track. And in his report, he clear from his pupils that he'd had a massive brain injury. We lifted him from the cockpit, laid him on the ground. As we did, he sighed, and although I'm not religious, I felt his spirit depart at that moment. And then, oh yeah, yeah, I forgot about this part too. So the on-track surgeon trached him, got the blood, got the bleeding stopped, gave him fucking 2 units of blood, and immobilized his C-spine, all on the track. And then they helicoptered him out. One of the folks on the track was an anesthetist who went with him to the hospital. As the helicopter, because the helicopter landed on the track. As the helicopter landed on the track, Eric Comas left the fucking pit stall. I mean, this is a red flag race, obviously. They're landing a helicopter on the fucking track. He left the pit stall because he got a miscommunication from his dash lights and started coming around the fucking corner at fucking full speed. And the marshals are like running on the track, fucking waving red flags at him, like trying to get him to fucking stop, and he finally fucking stopped. Now that the commentators were like just beside themselves. And they were like screaming and yelling, like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, shoot. What's that?
NASCAR, ESPN had the NASCAR race, and it was the Winston Select 500 at Talladega. They broke into the race lap 111 and told the viewing audience that Ayrton Senna had died. And then they went silent for 2 laps. And Dale Earnhardt ended up winning that race. News got to him very quickly. I'm assuming they probably
Of course.
Knew. No, he knew. He knew. I mean, when you're a racer, you're a racer. You're all doing the same thing. And he knew that where in America, I mean, in the 90s, NASCAR was fucking king. But he knew that to the rest of the world that may follow NASCAR, because, like, if you go over to, like, Europe, they take Formula One and GT racing very seriously, but they still follow NASCAR. So for him to acknowledge that was kind of a big deal. If you look at the Facebook chat, I just sent you a map of the circuit. This may actually be in your game. It's in mine. San Marino GP.
Yeah.
So you see the map, right?
Hold on. I'm not even holding my phone. Hold on. Give me a second. Blah, 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 blah. Come on, go away. Okay.
Alright, you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Just to the right of the start finish line. You see where there's the old layout, new layout, that chicane.
Yeah, where the checkered flag is.
That's where Ratzenberger was killed.
Oi.
If you go to turn 2, there used to be like a real nice sweeping left-hand turn, and now it's kind of a left right. It's kind of a left-right, kind of a switchback.
Well, yeah, holy shit. Yeah, if you have no
That's
brakes.
Tamburello. That's where Senna went off. Okay.
Oh.
And then if you go down to what used to be turn 4, see how it was a straight run down into that sharp left-hand corner?
Yeah, it was kind of like a point, right?
Yeah, that left-hand corner, that sharp left is where Barrichello about killed himself.
Jeez.
And then look at the name of the track.
Yeah, well.
Autodromo Enzo e Dino Ferrari. So, yeah, that's the Italian GP circuit. Still is. They race it every year. And, yeah, so that's how one weekend changed an entire race. The entire fucking track. So, even with, like, NASCAR, where the tracks don't really change, just kind of the shit around the tracks change. Or the rules change to make it a little safer. Or enough to even know the answer to this, but do they have safer barriers on all the inside walls now, too?
To my knowledge, yes.
Because that's been needed for and then like all the like little openings and shit on the inside. I mean, you remember Jeff Gordon getting his fucking radiator ripped out of his car?
Yeah, he freaking went right side and immediate left side to the inside to the destroy side.
I haven't seen. It's one of the most dramatic looking
Well, yeah, that's fair.
When you go back and watch the clip of it, I mean, you heard Dale Jr. on his fucking radio. He goes, "Holy shit! Oh my god!" Just that, like, when you wreck, like, pit members from other teams are running out onto the track to try to help you, like, you know it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
And he climbed out of that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Then tried to refuse medical treatment.
Yeah. Kind of trying to be the tough guy, but it's kind of like, well, guess what?
NASCAR's had that rule since the mid-2000s. If you're in an on-track incident, you're required to go to the infield care center.
Huh.
NASCAR can make you go, and obviously, if you wreck your car, you're up in a catch fence, and you land on your fucking roof, you're going to the infield care center.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody in race control gonna let you get away with that shit. Like, nah, you're getting checked out.
I've seen some gnarly crashes in rally, WRC rally, and some of the other ones too.
Oh yeah, shit.
So when you see that, like, well, yeah, you look at the screen, you see what gear that is. That's over 120 miles an hour rolling down this skinny ass road. Into corners at like 90 miles an hour.
Rally has the added level of difficulty of undulation. The track isn't flat. Where in street racing, oh yeah, it's always flat. I mean, I guess not flat and smooth. Obviously, the corners are banged, so
That's what it is.
I guess you can watch like NASCAR tracks. One of the better ones for not being a smooth track is coming up in Kentucky. Kentucky International Speedway. That track is kind of rough textured. It tears some fucking cars up. To be honest with you, I don't know why they built that track.